SUV that you inquired on. It's a Highline 2-litre TDI engine. It's a 6-speed manual. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm just going to do a quick 5-point walk around of you. Benefit of a 5-point walk around is essentially what it does is allows me and you to both walk around the vehicle together. I'll show you some nice little features that in all fairness are going to be the most important that you're going to be using on a day-to-day basis. So let's begin. As we walk around the vehicle, you've got big 17-inch alloy wheels, Davenport wheels. What you can actually do is you can go inside to our parts department, Mr. Barker, have a chat with the guys on the right, and what you can actually do is you can buy some bigger winter wheels, and in that way it will allow you to have a spare set for the summertime and for the winter time.
Okay, yep.
Now, as you see on these here, we've got the power folding mirrors. Benefits of power folding mirrors. I know you said you live down a tight country lane, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, as living down a tight country lane, if I can get my words out, cars are going to be flying past, aren't they, as you can imagine, especially late at night. What you can actually do is if you hold down this lock button for 3 seconds, is it will fold your mirrors in. And at least that gives you a little bit of peace of mind when you're in your house, you're not going to get your wind mirrors knocked off.
That's even better for getting in and out of the garage as well.
It is. Okay. And as we're jumping into the back area, we've got a power sliding door. And in the back area, you've got 3 seats. I know you said you've got 2 younger children and an older teenager, didn't you, Mr. Barker? What you can do with these seats is they're actually Isofix. So I know you said you go on holiday quite a lot, Spain quite usually.
Yeah.
What you could actually do is, obviously, if you're going to be going on a long distance journey for quite a long period of time, you're going to be trying to take quite a lot of luggage. These Isofix seats are brilliant because what you can actually do is you can pull this lever forward here and actually fold the seats completely down. So what you could always do is leave that down and it'll give you a little bit more room for the luggage. Or what you can actually do is, because they're in brackets at the bottom, you could actually take the seat out entirely, and that way it would give you a little bit more room for the 2 younger children in the back, and it would give you a lot longer space to keep their suitcases and other luggage that you may have.
Yeah, so we do skiing a lot, so it'll be ideal for putting the ski stuff in there as well with the seat down.
Exactly that, Mr. Barker. If we close that back up, and we walk on round. Okay. Now, as we move on to the rear of the vehicle, you'll notice these 4 little circles. What they actually are is rear parking sensors. Because this vehicle's a Highline, it's actually got parking sensors at the front and at the rear. I know you said you like to park quite tightly in your garage to allow you to still be able to get out the front. Yeah. What these parking sensors will do is allow you to park right up close to the wall without allowing you to hit the wall.
That'd be good. Also good when my teenage daughter's trying to drive.
Exactly that, and I know you said you've got a younger child as well.
God help me.
If they walk behind the vehicle, at least that way you can make sure you can't hit them or anything like that. And if we just open up the tailgate, we'll be able to see you've got a lot of space in the rear.
Huge amount.
Yeah, especially really good for the skis and stuff like that. And then you've got really nice clean wheel arches as well. Got a lot of room. Obviously, if you were to take out the Isofix seats as well, it'll give you even more room. Not that you'd need it, because you get a hell of a lot of room in the back anyway. And you've actually got a really easy way to close up the boot, pull that down, and then simply put those 2 hands on there. And as we move on round to the driver's side of the vehicle, if you want to jump into the driver's side and I'll jump into the passenger side, I'll show you through some of the instructions on the inside.
No problem.
Now that we're inside the vehicle, Mr. Barker, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you through some of the main features and functions that you'll have in the driver's seat of your vehicle. So if you look down here, you have 2 USB-C cables. The new USB-C cables are really good because you can charge up your phone or use them as a USB socket to play music. I know you said you like to listen to Spotify whilst driving. Another really good feature about the Transporter is that I know you said you like to listen to Spotify. What you can actually do is you can connect your phone to the Apple CarPlay system in this vehicle, and what it will do is it will allow you to press the voice control on that button just there on your steering wheel, and when you press that button it will actually activate Siri on your phone. And on Siri on your phone, you can then speak to Siri and get it to play a specific song or get it to open Spotify. Another really good feature is you could actually speak to it to get it to send a text message or call someone or open Google Maps. Got loads of features that are all accessible to you just from sitting in your driver's seat.
Brilliant.
And if we have a look on the leather multifunction steering wheel, Mr. Barker, you'll notice it's actually got an adaptive cruise control button. Not sure if you've ever had a vehicle with cruise control before, have you?
No.
No, so the really good thing about adaptive cruise control is it's a little bit better than the standard cruise control. So what it allows you to do is when you're driving on the motorway, I know you said you commute to London and back for work every day, normally about an hour and a half journey.
About an hour and a half every day.
Yeah, so I can imagine you can get a little bit sort of tiresome, you're having to constantly be driving. So the adaptive cruise control feature is really, really nice. What it does, essentially, is it will radar, so it uses radars to scan the road ahead, and what it will do is if a vehicle in front starts to slow down, whether it's because of traffic or whether they're trying to change lane or they've missed their exit, whatever it may be, it will use the radars to pick up that they've slowed down. It will actually slow our vehicle down. But that way, it keeps you safe and keeps everyone around you safe. And another really good feature of this, Mr. Barker, is that it's actually got city braking. Now, what city braking is, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of city braking, have you?
No.
So what city braking does is if you're going to be driving in the city, I know you said once you've got to London, your work is right in the middle of the city centre.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of traffic going on. And what you can actually do is, if when city braking is activated, which it always is unless you turn it off, if you're going anywhere between 5 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour, what it will do is it will use radars to scan, normally about 10 metres ahead of you, scan the area for any vehicles. And what it will do is if there's a vehicle that's stopped in front of you or going a lot slower than you are, is it will activate your adaptive braking and it will make it a lot more sensitive. And then what those sensitive brakes does is it prepares you and basically prompts you to brake hard. And if you do need to brake hard if needed, then obviously it will be a lot easier and you'll be able to do it a lot quicker, potentially preventing an accident from happening. And what it would actually do is if you didn't even use the brakes at all, it will actually do a complete emergency brake and the vehicle will brake by itself without even you needing to do anything. Obviously, you may still not avoid a collision, but it will prevent it from potentially being a fatal accident.
Very good. Very good.
And Mr. Barker, what you'll notice about this vehicle is it's actually a 6-speed manual. And I think you said you've never had a 6-speed manual before, have you?
I've always had 5-speed gearboxes.
So the really good thing about the 6-speed manuals is that you can actually obviously go into a 6th gear whilst on the motorway normally. And what it actually does is it's a bit more fuel efficient. Obviously, it saves a bit more miles. And obviously, it's a bit better than being in 5th gear whilst going 60 and 70 miles per hour on the motorway.
Mm-hmm.
And what you'll notice, we've actually got a digital radio here as well. You can choose for all the different radio stations, can configure it to whatever you'd like. I don't know whether you listen to Radio 1 or Radio 2 or...
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, so you can configure that and you could actually have a little lineup of all the radio stations that you normally listen to. And on here, you've also actually got voice control, which is you can press that and it will do the same feature as pressing the voice control button on your steering wheel.
Okay.
In this vehicle, we've also got full air conditioning as well. You've got a heated windscreen and you've got it so you can go to your chest or to your legs. And you can put it all the way up to 6 or all the way down to 0. You can have it all the way from freezing cold to boiling hot. And then on here, you'll see the heated windscreen button to activate the heated windscreen. And another really good safety feature of the Transporters, Mr. Barker, is that it's actually got an emergency SOS button there. Now what that will do is it will automatically activate in the event of an accident. Heaven forbid that does happen. What it will do is it will send a call out to the emergency services automatically by itself. And obviously they'll be in attendance of the accident within a couple of moments. And what it's actually got is it's got a passenger airbag and a driver's airbag as well. I know you said you've got a young child, so that could potentially save their life.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I know you said you like your parking sensors, Mr. Barker. What you can always do is if you press that button just here, you can actually turn your parking sensors off. And if you look to the button on the left of it, it's actually an auto engine on-off button. Now, I'm not sure if you had a vehicle with an engine that automatically turns off, have you?
No.
So what it actually does is if you come to traffic, I know you commute to London every day, so I can imagine in London everyone's in traffic, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what you can always do is if you put the vehicle into neutral, pull the handbrake up, and then take your foot off the clutch and the brake, what it will do is it will turn the engine completely off. Obviously saving you some fuel, being a bit more greener to the economy. But should you decide to not have that, because sometimes it can create a bit of a lag to the vehicle when taking off, what you can always do is press that button and it will disable that feature.
No problem.
And one last thing about the Transporter combis, one thing that I really like personally, is they've got really, really nice and comfortable seats. They have actually got a lumbar support as well, and they have also got, I know you probably realise, they've also got armrests.
Mm-hmm.
With these armrests, obviously when driving, if you were to put one hand on one side, one hand on the other, whilst driving, combine that along with your adaptive cruise control and potentially inside the city with your emergency city braking, it all combines for a nice and safe journey all in one.
Fantastic.
Go. Right, now that we stepped outside the vehicle, Mr. Parker, I just wanted to show you the slick, iconic front design of the Volkswagen, obviously depicted by the face of the logo, the big brand, the big VW. Everyone knows it, everyone's seen it before, really iconic, really shows what the brand stands for. And you'll notice here, it's actually got LED lights on the outside as well. These LED lights are superb. And I know you said you lived down a dark country road, didn't you, Mr. Parker?
Yes. Yep.
What these LED lights do, should I say, is it will actually light up the whole road in front of you. And should you be taking a corner, it will actually follow the road round, allowing you to see really far in front of you. Anything's in the road, whether it's an animal or another vehicle that's broken down, whatever it may be, these LED lights are really, really helpful to give you a wide range of view.
Excellent. Really good.
Right, stop there. Right, Mr. Barker, now that we've finished the 5-point walk around, I just wanted to make sure that you're nice and happy with everything that I've spoken to you about. Have you got any further questions?
No, to be honest with you, James, I think you've covered everything professionally.
Excellent. Should we head on inside then?
Yeah, no problems at all.